Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
Tracy made us late again.
Well, we were supposed to be early.
Okay, maybe I made us late because I didn't want to do it early. But I would only have to do it early because of you traveling and doing stuff with your friends. But yes, it is episode 155. It's Saturday. Today is the last day for our giveaway, our June giveaway. We are giving away the Danielle Nicole. Is it Danielle Nicole? Danielle Nicole. Danielle Nicole. Silver collection, I guess, is what I would call it. The silver backpack and the silver crossbody. And all you have to do is direct message us through Facebook or Instagram the answer to this question. What is your favorite Disney gear? So most of you, already have entered, that are going to enter, but you still have till 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's tonight. If you hear this, if you're listening to this Sunday, it's too late. So must be 18 years or older, live in the United States. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for that particular giveaway, and we'll announce it tomorrow. We'll do a draw tomorrow, random draw. We only had one person enter through email this time. So, we had, actually, it's our first person to enter through email. Now that I think about it, we get emails on other stuff, but this is the first person who actually entered the contest email. So that's another entry for that person.
Because we opened it up, because usually it's just Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah. So that's cool. And then wanted to talk to you a little bit about the wallet giveaway. What had happened was
in-park wallet giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we know you all are invested in it. Is it gone yet? Is it gone yet?
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. So this is what happened. We had gone, I think it had been, I don't know if it had been 6 months, but it's at least over 6 visits.
Yes.
To the park. We usually visit about once every month, probably a little less, probably every 3 weeks or so. It's probably our standard Disney trip. Mm-hmm. And we also had it during Star Wars Celebration, so that counts too. So I'd say probably 5 months, maybe, 4 to 5 months. And we could not give this thing away. And all somebody had to do was find us. And we would post updates. We even got Provost Park Pass involved. None of their...
We had some cast members
cast members are sharing it. Your sister started doing videos for you, teach you how to do TikTok. We'll talk a little bit about that later. Yeah, it was crazy, and nobody could find us. We were about to go Gothic Rosie, maybe, because some people always find her. But no, we just, and it's not, and we stand out. It's not like we are, like you're a short Asian girl with a tall black guy. It's like, and which is, the cool thing is that doesn't really stand out that much at Disney.
No, not in California.
In California, that's not considered weird. But the thing is that it's not like we are, tiny people like the rescuers, Chip and Dale that you might step on. And no, you can see us pretty easily. We wear bright clothes half the time.
Actually, people notice us more when we're with Mia and Emmy because they're so cute and they're just walking with their little Crocs and and people are all looking like, oh, look how cute.
Yeah,
so maybe we need to bring them with us.
And it went through months of people coming up to you, hey, and then it's like, oh, do you know where this is? Or hey, where'd you get that jersey or popcorn bucket or
Where'd
whatever.
you get those burrito tacos?
Where did you get those burrito tacos? Every time somebody would be like, "Hey, we think, we're going to give away this wallet," and it's like something else. And we were pretty strict. Like, well, Tracy's very strict when it comes to rules and stuff. I'm not as strict. I've learned that you have to be flexible with human beings. Because the world is just, you got to be flexible. You know, there's different people and different situations. I mean, yes, there has to be rules. I'm not saying rules are meant to be broken, but I'm saying that sometimes you have to design, you know, you have to be able to call an audible at certain times. And so you have to go always to your mission statement. What is our mission statement? Our mission statement, we don't have an official one, but if we did.
Spread magic.
Yeah. It would be to spread, you know, Disney magic to the masses, right? Yes. At least the magic as we see it, you know, our interpretation of that. So is our main mission to have people find us in the park for our own egos or whatever and that's cool, you know, because it shows that, you know, people are listening and stuff, but people are listening anyway. Most of the people who are listening are frustrated that we couldn't give away this wallet.
Yeah.
So after like another day of not being found, even though we were posting updates, and we'd post updates like, "Hey, we are going to be here for an hour." Like, it's not like...
But it has to get timed in a way that somebody has to check social media at that time. You know,
yeah,
like
but it doesn't... I'm just saying, it's not like we were hiding. It's not like we're trying not to be found.
It's so weird because our first ever in-park giveaway, we were found. And it was raining that day and everything.
Yeah. That's why we thought this would be quick.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done another in-park giveaway since.
Yeah.
And it was like... And it was for a Minnie Mouse wallet, the first edition.
Yeah.
And so they found us super quick. Reynolds family. Mm-hmm.
Well, at the end of the
it was the end of the day, but it was like they were looking for us, and then they weren't even. I think they had just moved to California.
Yes,
and it was just like they messaged us on Facebook, and it's like no one messages us on Facebook. At least back then they didn't, you know. And that's when we had only like a few followers.
Yeah,
it wasn't even like we have way more people listening to us now, and. Like, hey, we're in Carsland. Where are you? Oh, we're kind of walking towards Carsland, and they found us. Boom! Mm-hmm. It was that simple. So after all this time and frustration, it was just like, okay, we were at the end of the night. We were actually ending our day. We got Soaring, and we were looking for Sonny. Sonny's no longer at Soaring. He's at Grizzly River Run. Yeah, I guess. In
the winter.
In the winter, he might come back. And so we were just, okay, you know, we got our fast pass, you know, our lightning lane, and we were standing in line, and we got to the second part where you stand in line in not the first hallway, not the ramp going down, but the other ramp. Mm-hmm. And we had a cast member who came up and was looking for a single rider because I guess they had one spot that they could fill. And they don't have a single rider lane, I think, for Soaring. Mm-mm. So... they're like, is there anybody that, and then she starts making jokes, you know, is there anybody that wants to, you know, to get away from their family for a little bit, you know, is there anybody who's just tired that they're on a date that it's not working out? You know, she's being funny, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, are there any dads that need a timeout? You know, and this cute little girl points at her dad, like they were right behind us.
Behind us.
It points at her dad, is like, right here.
She wasn't a little girl. She's maybe
well, not little, but little compared to me. I mean, he's so he's so cute, and like he's just like laughing, and I don't even know if he saw her point at him because he was like looking at his phone, and then we start talking to him, and you know the name's Edgar and Marilyn, and they're so cute, and I don't know what it is. You say I have baby fever. It's something about dads and their daughters, and then it's just like, it's cute. I like it. Especially at Disneyland.
Then he comes home and, I want a daughter. It's like, huh? Let's just get a dog.
I've been saying that for like 10 years, man.
Yeah. I've been like, let's get a dog.
I've been spoiling our nieces, and our nieces are getting older and older. Yeah. I have one niece I was spoiled all through high school, and now she's might even join the military. No longer my little baby. But anyway, so yeah, I was like,
and then they started. We told them what we did.
Yeah,
and they're
like that's
following us.
Yeah, and so they follow us. I'm like, technically, we have new fans, and they found us. And so I said, "Hey, whatever this giveaway, you won." Basically, I don't know exactly what the words were I said, but it was pretty much that, and. They were like happy. They were stoked. She was happy. The mom wasn't there. I think she was outside taking care of the newborn.
Yeah,
like a baby.
She was sitting at smoke jumpers.
Yeah. So, but they were a very cute family, awesome family, very nice, and it was. Yeah, I thought it was just the right thing to do. And it was kind of like. And it's not taken away from anybody because we're going to have a giveaway every time we're at the park. Mm-hmm. So if it was something to where it was like we had something once and we just gave it away and kind of broke our rules, I could see how some of our fans could be like, oh.
No, they were like, oh, thank goodness it's gone. We want to see what the next one is.
Yeah, and selfishly, that's what I want. I mean, and honestly, the next one's going to be another Minnie Mouse wallet, just a different one. Because I have other stuff too, but Tracy carries it typically. Yeah. And so I don't want to bring something bigger until we start getting found quicker.
Yeah.
So I want to start, so the next one, it's actually a newer collection of Minnie Mouse wallets. We'll put it up. We'll do the whole thing on, but we may or may not go in July. Mm-hmm. We haven't quite decided yet. Tracy wants to do something every single weekend. And even though we have stuff planned every weekend, now she wants to do something double weekend. Oh, by the way, not only are we going to Disneyland, it's my friend's birthday. Let's do that too.
Also in Orange County.
Wants to do everything. Everything. Anyway. So we'll see if we go in July. Definitely be back in August. Maybe even multiple times in August.
Yeah, we're going August 6th.
Yeah.
And 20th.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try to get Oogie Boogie Bash this
Tuesday, we might even be going
to
Oogie Boogie Bash.
It's the 28th.
That's something I said I'll never buy, and now I'm thinking about buying it.
I was surprised when you're like, hey, let's try to get these. I'm like, huh?
I think it'd be good content. I think it would be good as long as Tracy can restrain herself and just take it in.
As long as you do what I tell you.
No, we're going to have to I don't care if we get our money's worth. I just want to be there in the environment.
You can't experience it unless you experience it.
Yeah. We'll stand in line.
You can't just be sitting at Sonoma Terrace. Because we could do that anytime without having to pay $179.
First of all, you never pay anything. I can make the decisions to what to do with my money. If I want to sit at Sonoma Terrace and have a Brother Thelonious on Halloween or whatever day.
This is your due process right.
Due process?
Yes, it's one of your due process rights, life, liberty, and whatever.
Yeah, it is.
I've been reading that dumb opinion so much. I was like, this is your due process right to spend your money however you want.
Exactly. When you start paying for Disney, you could tell me what to do. Well, that's ship has sailed, but
even if I don't pay for it, it still is a due process right I'm owed.
But congratulations to Edgar and Marilyn. They didn't find us the traditional way that we constructed this, but they found our hearts. And yeah, it is. We're glad that they're happy. I don't know if Edgar's going to share it with Marilyn.
Yeah, because they were kind of because we were like, who do we give this to? You? And he's like, I kind of want it. Unless you want it. And she's like, oh, I want it too.
It was funny. Yeah. It's like.
I think he was going to give it to his wife.
Yeah, maybe he gives it to the wife, but she ended up running with it, I think. Yeah. At the end, we saw them when going out. Gave them some swag. Yeah, so congratulations to that. But it's no worries. We're always going to have some Disney merch giveaway every time we're at the park. Every single time.
Yes.
So at least that saga has ended and a new one begins.
So Dole Whip Float doesn't have to fly a drone.
I know.
To confine
I think the North Colorado was getting upset. They were going to revoke our membership. And then, the Chicago powers that be, the Dole Whip, send some bad storm weather or whatever power she has, her drone force. Yeah, we wanted to keep that from happening. So I gave it away for you guys to protect you from these forces of nature. We're going to see our Disney cousins number 2 today, but we're not going to Disney. They're coming down to San Diego. We have lots of cousins who want to come down to San Diego.
Because we live in such a cool city, I guess.
Yeah, but here's the thing. And this is going to go back to the same thing to where I have my gift rules. It's the same thing. We have a 1-bedroom condo. It's a big 1-bedroom, but it's a 1-bedroom condo in San Diego, which is, some people consider it a dream place because of the location, right? But it's not really a place to host.
Yeah.
And so I don't feel like, and this is totally my issue. It has nothing to do with our family members don't care.
Well, we also have a lot of Disney stuff.
Yeah, I'd have to clean, put stuff away, all our Disney stuff.
Really nothing to clean.
But it's not even about that because we have floor space and we have stuff. We have places for them to sleep. It's just, I don't think it's a cool place to host, period.
Yeah.
If this place was empty, I still wouldn't want to have people down here. People insist on coming down. So my thing is like, okay, I'll get you a hotel room. And then they're like, no, we don't want you to get us a hotel room. That's no. We just want to come see you. And I'm like, let us host you the correct way. You know what I mean? The fact that we don't have a 5-bedroom house here yet means that we have money to get you a hotel room. And I would do that for any set of cousins. I would do that for my sister, and they all get mad when I suggest it. We are finally able to convince Dustin and AmeriCorps to come down. Practically had to beg them, and because they wanted to come down, but they want to, and it's like, okay.
They're like, oh, we'll take
well, actually, I think I booked it and then told them afterwards.
Yeah.
And so they don't have a choice.
And then he was
the
like,
hotel.
no, you stay in the hotel. We'll take your couch.
Yeah, I'm like, no. And that's the way I feel. It's like, it's the same. That if you're gonna host somebody, let's host them. Because we're not hosting the house. We're hosting our city. That's what you want to come down and see. You want to see us, and you want to see number 1, and you want to see our city number 2. So let's do that. I got reservations. Juniper and Ivory. We got Tom Hams tomorrow.
We got brunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know what Tom Hams mean, but brunch.
Yeah, brunch. It's lobster claws. All you can eat. Awesome.
Lobster claws.
Crab
legs.
All the good stuff Tracy likes.
Yes.
And we're gonna have a good time. Let us treat you to a good time. Don't argue with me. And I'm the oldest. They shouldn't be arguing with me, according to their own culture.
Well, no, according to their culture, you're not the oldest. You're the only person you're older than is our 2 little cousins, 4 little cousins, because it's their parents' ranking. So you're not the oldest.
I'm changing the culture. But we're gonna have fun. They'll be down here in a few hours, and I'm looking forward to it. So, because we got lots of stuff from Star Wars Celebration to give them because they had to miss it this year. So there's that. That's the update. Cousins update. I think we always do like a cousins update. Kevin and Christina were in Greece for a while, so
you got back.
Yeah, that's another update. We gave my little cousin / niece Ashley an update last week. She's a nurse. Yeah, I don't think we have any weddings in the near future.
Nope.
So yeah, that's it for now. Oh, Bethany's in France.
Yes, that's our little cousin.
And then we have another cousin. Is in Portugal.
They came back yesterday.
Oh, they're back? Okay. They're back. Yeah.
Well, everyone knows her because she was on Jeopardy. They're always like, oh, your Jeopardy cousin.
Our Jeopardy cousin, Chantal. Yeah. She was in Portugal with her family. So, yeah, that's our family updates. All right. Now, let's get into some news.
Oh, we also are updating our viral video. Went up to 1.4 million, so we gained another 400,000 views since we last spoke. Because last time
I think we were probably, I don't even know if we had 1 million when we last did it. Did we? Maybe. We were like almost, yeah.
No, we didn't, huh?
No.
We just said we were at 900 or 700 or something. And we talked about
So we broke 1 million, and I was going to talk about it like Wednesday. And then since we delayed the podcast, now we're up to 1.4 million views. And it's weird. And I know I sounded like a little like, okay, you know, it's a dumb thing we don't care about. But at the same time, it is pretty cool that many people have viewed. I think we have about 50,000 likes on it.
50,000 likes, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I also, it's not the same as YouTube views.
Yeah, that's in YouTube and Instagram and.
Yeah, it's not like that. TikTok, the way it works is, you know, it's easier to get stuff because it shows it to you, and then technically, if it pops up on your thing, it's a view.
Yeah.
So it's not like. Okay. But then again, we have some things with only a few hundred views, and then to get something that's like could hit like 1.5 million, you know, that's pretty cool. But I actually want to thank cast member Selma because she's the star.
Yeah,
right?
She's the one in the video catching
She caught it.
She was nervous about it. She did say, "Oh man, okay, I hope I catch it."
Yeah, and I have the video. I didn't post that part.
Up.
I didn't because I have two videos. I had one because I didn't know when it was going to come out.
Yeah.
So I was videoing it, you know, and then she had to, you know, charge you and then go get it and do all this stuff. So she's like, and then I think we made her nervous because we put her on the spot. She's like, I don't know, you know, don't get mad if I don't catch it. Like, no. We just kind of want to see it pop out of the thing, you know. And then she caught it like a champ. You know, so
yeah, we tried when we were last there. We tried to see if she was there, but it was somebody else.
I know.
We just wanted to say hi to her and show her the.
Yeah, I don't know if she's even seen herself, but she's viral. So
yeah, the comments are like, "Oh, that's Selma," you know. "Oh, I know her." Like, so that was cool.
So yeah, I mean, I know like when people are on duty, they can't, you know, accept gifts and stuff like that. But hit us up off duty. We might have some stuff for you.
Speaking of, we ran into another cast member and hope we didn't get him in trouble.
So yeah, because we were just
Xander.
talking to him, and it's like then his lead came up.
Yeah, well, you guys remember Xander? He's our Photopass photographer that took one of our photos, and while we were waiting for our turn, we kind of got to know him, and he talked to us, and we did a spotlight on him a few episodes ago. So we saw him again, and he was like, he noticed your shirt, and he didn't know at first it was you. He was like, "Hey, I like your shirt." He's like, "Oh," and then he looked up and he saw it was you, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" And so he hugged us. He's really nice, and then we started talking, and then we were talking a little too long. And I was thinking, let's just have him take photos of us, you know, since we always have Genie Plus. But then before I was able to say that, his lead comes. I see a lady in the same uniform, but without the camera, like walking towards us. I'm like, oh no, he's getting in trouble. And then she comes up and he's like, "Oh, hey guys, this is my lead, you know."
Her name is Sam. From Queens.
So, and then, you know, we started trying to talk to her, and it was kind of short, and then we just left. But we're like, I hope we didn't get him in trouble because his lead started walking out.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, he starts walking out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, those cast members are like ghosts, man. Like they disappear. Like, boom.
Yeah.
Like ninjas. But yeah, it was cool seeing him again. It's actually cool seeing her. She was nice, and she was, you know, she's worked there for 9 years. I mean, this is kind of like a mini spotlight, I guess. And yeah, she
used to be a skipper.
That's what's cool. Yeah. So she's got jokes. So maybe if we see her again, we'll ask her for some of her best jokes.
Like, don't get Xander in trouble.
I don't know if he got in trouble. This is Tracy's worry.
Why would you just randomly walk out there? You don't have a camera.
It's his lead, so maybe she needed him somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, you know, she took our stickers too, so she's in on it. But yeah, every time we talk to cast members, it's our fault. Blame us. Tell us to leave your cast members alone, and we will.
Yeah. So, anyways.
But we do harass them a lot, and one of your cast members got us almost 2 million views. So
Go, Selma.
Go, Selma. All right. But let's get into some news.
Okay. So we have, this is kind of old news, but you all saw the new Buzz Lightyear character in Tomorrowland. And it's a Buzz Lightyear character from the movie Lightyear, not Toy Story. So everybody was up in arms about how...
Not everybody.
Yes. Okay, all the influential people were
not
up in
all.
arms. All the influential people were like, why is it some random dude from SoCal? Well, he's not in Pixar, and he's not replacing the Buzz Lightyear you see at Pixar Pier, because he's supposed to be the live-action character from a movie, Lightyear, that Buzz Lightyear was based on. Like the toy Buzz Lightyear. So, and that's why he's not at Pixar. He's in Tomorrowland, because he's he's not an animated character. He's not supposed to be an animated character. So
it's an animated character to us, but not to Toy Story.
Yeah. So that's why he's a live guy wearing a Lightyear costume. I mean, who's in Tomorrowland that's like Ray or something? You know, like...
Yeah, Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma was wearing a helmet, so no one's complaining about it.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, it's live action.
Live action. So that's why he's in Tomorrowland. And plus, if... We haven't seen the movie, but if you saw the movie,
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, the Red Woman, whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's why he's there. And so if you saw the movie, you would know why it's Tomorrowland, because it's the whole thing we talked about last week, where Space Mountain might become Lightyear Mountain or something.
That's just conjecture.
It's based there, so that's why he's in Tomorrowland, and that's why he's...
Well, the one thing is he's not in Pixar. So all the Pixar characters... They're people that wear costumes to make them look like the characters.
Yeah.
Whereas our live action people, like in Disneyland, like folks, and I don't even think it's a thing between. I mean, there's two things, right? But Disney princesses don't dress up like cartoon princesses.
Yeah, they don't have a mask on like they're a cartoon princess.
And so, because Disney considers them real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even though we know they're animated, but they're real. Mm-hmm. So we're supposed to consider Lightyear real and Buzz Lightyear a cartoon. That's that's to make it short, short and sweet. That's the difference. There's a difference between Lightyear and Buzz Lightyear.
Yes.
Yeah. And the people who were saying, had consternation about it and made Tracy angry. Tracy just sits and looks at internet and gets angry.
I like the one on the left better, like the Buzz Lightyear better. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, it's not like
not my Lightyear, like not my Buzz.
Not my Buzz. I'm like, what? It's not there to replace your Buzz or whatever. It's two different things.
Yeah, Tracy's turn, and soon your Boomer will be complete. Your transformation to Boomer. It's going to be, because Tracy gets mad at people who are commenting on our rocket water video.
They're so dumb.
People are like, oh, that's Dasani. And Tracy's like, next time I'll get a Coke. Why are you commenting?
Yeah, and then they're like, if you get a Coke and it goes up like that, it's going to fizz or whatever.
And Tracy's about to comment again. I'm like, don't comment.
No, I stopped doing it. I'm like, dude, why am I talking to a little kid? Why am I debating with a little kid? Shut up.
It's so funny. Because now you're the same. I know. Yeah. Tracy gets irritated. I don't know why she wants a house. She's just going to yell at people to get off her lawn.
No, I'm not.
Get off my lawn.
Unless they're teenagers. Yes, I will say that. Or your dog comes poop on my lawn. You better pick up that poop.
Or maybe that's why she wants a house. Oh, I can't wait to yell at people to get off my lawn.
I'll be like those people, those old people who sit on the porch with the nice tea
and the rocking chair and just yelling at people.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I know.
Maybe I'll shoot paintballs at them instead.
That's Tracy's dream.
Shooting paintballs at rowdy teenagers. That'd be so cool.
She's going to get our house egged so many times.
And then they're going to go home and like tell their moms, and then some lady will come up and be like, hey, you hurt my little precious boy Johnny here.
Well, we're just going to get our house teepeed on Halloween, and that's what kind of stuff is going to happen. But
I did hose down a kid once when I was a teenager.
What?
And I'm like, and he told his mom, I'm like, dude, it's water. How's that hurt him? It's water.
You were a boomer as a teenager?
Well, I think he was picking on my little cousin, and I just took a hose and hosed him down.
Alex?
Yeah, little Alex, and I hosed him down.
Same one that you
Because Alex's mom is like an enabler. Like, Alex would play with this kid's ball, and it's like a freaking, 20 cents ball, and then it deflated. So my aunt gave the kid $10 because he said that Alex deflated his ball. So I'm like, $10? No, you don't give him anything. How do you know it's even Alex's fault? So the next time he picked on Alex and stuff, he came over and I just hosed him down with the hose. You know, my grandpa had the hose with the gun. I'm like, psh. He's like crying and went and told his mom, and his mom came over. I'm like, it's water. Like, that doesn't hurt.
Oh, boy. Right now, I can just picture Dolbert Floats just cracking up. Right now, just by the way, she's laughing. Your personalities are so similar. No wonder you're besties.
People are just annoying. I mean, I wish I could do that to some corporate people, but unfortunately, I can't be spraying water on our CFO or whatever.
So funny. The fact that you've climbed as high as you have is a miracle.
No, the fact that there are people who climbed higher than me is a miracle.
That's how you look at it.
You're so idiotic. How are you this high? I mean, you look at our country and you see, oh, that's why, but it's whatever.
Oh, boy. Well, that's why I'm married, folks. That's my wife. All right, where were we? I don't even know where we are.
So people complain about Buzz when they don't even know anything about it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Skip. So Disneyland Magic Key holders might have a reservation wait list. As you know, anytime anything in Paris happens, it's a preview to what is going to happen in Disneyland. So currently in Paris now, they have a wait list for reservations. So you know how there's available or unavailable, and now there's a wait list. So when Magic Key holders are complaining, we don't have the available dates, now they may be able to add themselves on a wait list for the date they want, and then the system will let them know if the day is open for them to accept.
Which is kind of like a no-brainer, because basically it's simply going to replace we're just releasing new dates.
Yeah.
Like more dates, That's
Yeah.
what they would just do now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it would be sold out, and then all of a sudden Gothic Rosie will say, oh, they just released more dates, know? So instead of that, why not just let the people who were already in line, wanted them, be the first to get them? So it's kind of a no-brainer, but no-brainers are some of the best actions to take because it's low-hanging fruit and it solves a problem. At least alleviates a problem. Doesn't totally solve it, but yeah, I like that, and it makes it easier because there's some dates that, for example, I don't know if we're going to get Oogie Boogie Bash, but I reserve that day just in case.
Yeah.
But if we don't get Oogie Boogie Bash, I may cancel.
We're still going.
We may.
Yeah.
Well, she just wants to go.
No, I mean, we could still go to Disneyland.
Yeah, we can still go. But I'm just saying, it's. I don't know if I want to switch it to another date. Because
where there's not a closure.
Because it's 6 o'clock closure or something of that nature. I might want to switch it if I'm not going to be there.
That's true.
So, but now I'm holding that date. I know that there's some people who might be only able to go on that date. That might not. That could be sold out now, and I'm one of the people that's contributing to it being sold out.
Yeah,
because. I'm waiting for something to happen, but I don't know if 100% if I'm going to go.
Right.
And I think that's the way most people are reserving them. Mm-hmm. Most people are just saying, well, I don't want them to be sold out. Might as well just. And matter of fact, I see people, and I've been guilty of this myself, making a reservation as soon as they check through the gate. Because if they're already maxed out, they will walk through the gate and make a new reservation. Yeah. As soon as they walk through, because now they have one available. Mm-hmm. And that's how it's been going, So, yeah. And then you have people like Tony, our other cousin, who...
His wife makes the reservations for him.
Who almost struck out.
His wife makes it for him. My cousin makes it for him. So he doesn't know. He's like, oh, no, I can't go tomorrow. I work. And it's like, oh, man. And then he just doesn't cancel or whatever.
But it shows you, and I'm not saying it to make fun of them, but it shows you the complexity. It's like there's some people, he's in the medical field. Mm-hmm. So he might not know his 90 days out, his work schedule. Yeah. So if you don't know your work schedule 90 days out, you definitely, how are you going to make your Disney schedule? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and if you have a pass, you got to get your money's worth from the pass. So of course you're going to try to get a good Saturday or whatever, So there's a Saturday open, you got to take it. And then it's kind of like, okay, I just hope I'm not working that day. Yeah. And I think that's probably a lot of people in similar situations. It might not necessarily be for work. It could just be, a childcare issue. It could be, I'm in HR. I have employees who are taking care of loved ones. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, I don't know what's going to be needed that particular weekend. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't know if my sister's going to be in town to watch my dogs or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of people have other stuff going on, and the reservation system just kind of adds another burden, like a barrier to entry into Disney, which I understand why a company would want that, because it gives them better price controls, and you can control how many is in the park. You can anticipate things better. It is a very valuable tool to have, and then that's why I think they're never going to get rid of it. But I think any effort to mitigate the pain that it causes is a good step in the right direction. So I applaud that.
Yay.
All right.
All right. We'll go into some interesting Disney World incidents.
We should have a whole section just called Florida.
Florida incidents in Florida. So a guest at the Beauty and the Beast bar got drunk and assaulted a cast member who was serving him. And so basically he had too much to drink. There's that Beauty and the Beast bar at Disney World resorts, and had too much to drink, and then started being weird and belligerent with the cast member who was serving him. And then at one point he started grabbing her arm and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then the bartender asked him to leave, refused to serve him anymore, because when you're drunk, they stop because the bar's liable. And then he got mad and grabbed her, and then he threatens to return with videos of his exotic car collection or something. And they're like, whoa.
You were trying to come back with my Lamborghini. Yeah. Well, a picture of my Lamborghini.
So they're like, okay. So then he left. They called Disney security, but he left by then. I don't know if it's Disney World's not as on top of it as Disneyland, but when Disneyland says, hey, this guy's threatening me, but he left, they caught the guy right away. They saw him. I don't know if there's cameras everywhere. I have no idea. But anyways, so he did return a week later, not with the videos of the exotic car, but then they just recognized him. And then at that time, they did call the Disney police or whoever, Florida, whatever, sheriff or whatever, and
escorted him out
back to his room. And they found out that he had a whole family with him, his wife and a few kids with daughters and stuff like that.
That's what always trips me out about, especially when you see these things the viral videos that you see. These things were always happening. It's just now they're being caught on camera. Yeah. Right. So there's always going to be a segment of our population that just acts out. There's another one
even
about
if they have families,
family, the people who are at KFC being mad. They were just going off this week or something. That's a viral video, but it's just because they were closing or something. No, it was Baskin Robbins, I think.
Oh, they were closing and they wanted to get
something like that.
Or something.
I don't know. I actually didn't watch the whole thing, but it was just like you'll see him every day, and to act out and get mad in public, and there's this one video of the guy on the plane. Like, I just want to shake your hand.
Oh,
I want to shake your hand. He's this giant guy, kicking me off the plane. That one is really funny. If you guys could,
that's like a soundbite now.
Yeah, just Google. I want to shake your hand, and it's this giant guy. I just want to shake your hand, and kicking me off the plane. Oh man, he's like every Orange County dad, He's just. But then I look at these people, and then I'm like, I could if all these people were just kind of like frat guys in their 20s. I'm not saying that that's okay, but at least I'm like, okay, I was an idiot at one point. I never did that. I've never like disrespected like a waiter or a waitress or anything. Even if I got bad service, I don't think I would ever like, especially grab one or anything like that.
Or threaten to
show
your video of your exotic cars.
I'll show you my 1-bedroom condo in San Diego. How you like that?
I'll be back and show it to you. I can't show it to you now. I don't know why, but I'll be back.
I'll be back. It's going to be HD. But no. But then it's like, when you find out these people are like older and have kids.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, because especially, it's like your kid's going to see that.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine like one of our little nieces seeing me like yelling, like on just on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, just like yelling at a waitress.
Yeah. Or like, anyone.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Or just, it's like, it's like your whole family. There used to be this thing of family shaming, and like, and I think in some parts of the world it still exists a lot, maybe too much. They take it too extreme, but it used to be everywhere. It used to be in the United States too. Like you do something shameful in public, like your whole family gets looked at bad. Imagine your kid going to school and everybody's like, dude, what's up with your dad? And they all have their phones out looking at your dad being a nutcase. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just can't believe you would do that, and yet you have a family, man. That's just weird to me.
Like the one dude with his family there, remember, I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but one of the content creators, YouTuber, who was at Disneyland doing a live stream on the Mark Twain or one of those boats. Mm-hmm. And she was doing a live stream, and her husband or partner wasn't there with her at the time. But she was doing a live stream, and then the guy just brushed up on her, like, so that she kind of like,
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, maybe it was just a mistake. Like, he just bumped into her. But then he went back
and did it again.
And then he coughed on her. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, excuse me. And then he's like, ugh. He got into the video and like, don't give these folks any money or something.
Yeah.
And then she thought, wait, he's here with his kids. So she thought that maybe he was mistaken when he brushed up on her.
Yeah.
Because he was there with his kids. Why would you just go pick on people making videos?
Was that Adventures and Beyond or something?
Best Life and Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was getting mixed up.
Weird.
Ordinary Adventures, and then there's Best Life and Beyond.
Yeah. But yeah, and But he had his kids there. It's not like he was alone at the park.
Yeah, so he didn't care. He's always like, I know my kids are going to see this.
Yeah, his wife and kid was there. Just like, what? Like, so it was weird.
Because it makes me wonder, like somebody who used to be in CPS, like at a social worker, makes me, that's what you're doing with your wife and kids in public? What's going on under your roof?
Yeah, and you're picking on a woman. Too, because he was standing there like,
that's what I'm saying. Like if that's how you're acting in public, like what's going on when behind closed doors? It's like, that's just nah. It's got to be a nightmare living with that guy.
So, anyways, that was the guy I was talking about who, like, he had left already when they got off the boat and disappeared into the crowd, but Disney was able to find him right away.
Yeah.
She went and told the security, and then they said, okay, well, what does he look like? What's he wearing? And then she had the video. It's like, this is what he looks like. So they found him right away.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. But whatevs.
Yeah. Anyway, so then the other thing was a cast member. There was a little sting going on, and they arrested a cast member who's a bus driver in a child predator sting.
Yeah.
He was in his uniform to meet a child.
Not a good look for your company, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
so they had arrested him.
Yeah, I think he was actually trying to solicit kids, or somebody thought it was a kid. It was a sting, and then it's like, yeah, it's I mean,
in his uniform, he was going to go meet them.
I don't know what we can say about that other than obviously
the sting worked.
I guess the sting worked,
and he's now off the streets or bus at least. Mm-hmm. So now there's more details about the guy with the gun or something.
Yeah, I think we talked about it like probably a few episodes back. It's just another Florida. Another guy tried to.
Yeah, this is the third of the WGW incidents.
Getting to Disney with a weapon. I mean, it happens kind of all the time, but it's usually though. And then so when we just talked about it, I think we just mentioned it really quickly, but it's not like down south. And I grew up in Atlanta, so it kind of happens. Like people just have weapons on them, and sometimes they forget.
It's normal, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a malicious things. A lot of the time.
Here in California, you're like, gun.
No, people in California freak out.
In the South, it's like they carry it.
Yeah, they
forget.
They have guns in their cars. They have guns in their bags. They go on hunting trips. They have concealed carries easier to get. It's going to be easier to get to everyone now. Supreme Court just ruled. That was the other big Supreme Court case this week, but this one was, when the details came out like a couple days ago, it's like even more creepy because he walked in and first of all, he's not very smart, but he walked right through the metal detectors. And then of course it's going to go off, right? Like, I mean, maybe there was a conspiracy that, those things are fake. They don't really do anything. No, it went off. And then they asked him, well, what's going on? And he's like, I may have a folding knife. In my thing, which is bad enough.
Right.
But then they're like, well, we still have to search you and your bags and stuff. And then he's like, I might have something else in there. And then he took his bags and tried to leave. So obviously he intended to try to get in.
Yeah.
Then they called the deputies. They did search him. They do anything. And they found, what did he have? He had a Glock 19. But the thing was even worse is that he had like multiple magazines.
17
and then
rounds?
17 rounds is probably just one magazine, but there was two magazines with 17 rounds. So what that tells me is that you're looking to reload. So it's not like, so if you, I'm not trying to make excuses for people. If you forgot that you had a gun on you in a bag, okay, that's one thing. But then if you have extra ammunition, that means like you're looking to do damage.
A small box of 14 more rounds of ammo inside, and a waistband holster.
Yeah. So that's what makes it. So first of all, he's lying.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't know it was on him, he would just be like, yeah, search my bags, and then they would have found it, and he'd be like, I didn't know what that was. No, he tried to escape. Yeah. So this guy had terrorist intentions. I don't know what kind of ideology. I don't know if it, regardless of his mental health issues or whatever, he came there to do damage. Right? He came there to hurt people, in my opinion. Because
that's good that Disney security caught it.
Yeah.
And if he was at the Comic-Con,
he caught him because he's an idiot.
Yeah. If he was at the Star Wars Celebration thing, I don't know.
Yeah, he would have got in. He would definitely got in.
So.
Especially since they were in his bag and they didn't search your bag. So
they made you put your bag down and go through again so it doesn't beep. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it beeped. Put your bag down and go through. Okay, now it doesn't beep anymore. Okay, you can go now.
Yeah. As long as it's not on you, it's fine. If it's not on you, it's not on us. I guess that's their motto, right?
Yeah, that was like but at least we know it works at Disneyland.
Yeah.
I mean Disney World.
But let's freak some other people out. There are people trying to get into Disneyland with guns. So just Disney World at least.
Yeah.
Probably Disneyland too, but we just don't hear about it.
Oh, they have the dog sniffers and everything. So.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I probably shouldn't be saying this because it's going to give people ideas, but from what I understand, dogs, like a dog that is trained to sniff something, can only be trained to sniff one substance.
Oh.
So you might have a dog that's trained to sniff marijuana. You know, you might have a dog that's trained to sniff cocaine, and a dog that's trained to sniff gunpowder. You know, they can sniff anything, but you only train them to sniff
the one thing
for one dog. So I don't know what they're looking for, but if you're coming in with something that the dog isn't trained to sniff, then the dog's not going to react because it's going to. I think it's because if you train a dog to sniff more than one thing, he's going to react to everything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're not geniuses.
Yeah. But at Disneyland, they do check your bags thoroughly.
They do check your bags, though. Yeah.
They took out the one guy.
They check your strollers. They check everything.
Yeah.
So, but this guy's an idiot. But if there's a guy that, you know, because the thing about it is, if you want to do damage, you don't have to get into the park. You go out rope drop, people stand in line in security, and there's a lot of people. It's, you know, Toy Story parking lot, there's a lot of people. So just be aware of your surroundings. You know, report things, you know, what they say, you know, see something, say something. Like, don't be all shy about it. Like, I don't want to be a Karen. You know, I know we make fun of Karens, but you know what? I guarantee you, Karens have probably saved more lives than the Uvalde police officers, you know? So, definitely. So sometimes everything exists in this universe for a reason, and just find your reason. Just don't do it for the wrong reasons.
I just think of like Winona Ryder in Stranger Things, where she is like
she was
relentless.
At the beginning of the show of Stranger Things. She was annoying.
Yeah, but I think that's what you need, right?
But at the same time, she figured out a cosmic mystery. You know,
because she's like, I need to find my kid, and I don't care. You guys are too slow. Let me do it myself.
Exactly. Be Winona. Well, don't shoplift. But
maybe we should find out the name of the character. Not don't be Winona. Be whatever that lady's name.
Be Will's mom.
Will's mom. Will's mom. We don't even know her character name.
Yeah, I know. Be Hopper's date. All right.
The next one's yours too. Something about an heiress. Or
Disney
no,
heiress. This is what's her name? Abigail Disney is trying to get Chapek, you know, ousted, kind of, in a shareholder revolt. So we'll see if that happens. I doubt it.
I thought they already came out and supported him.
Well, it doesn't matter. Every quarter you can kind of do something, you know. I mean, and the thing is that if she gets shareholders to back her, the board will back her if she can get the majority of shareholders on her side. But the things that she wants, this is the uphill battle she has, is that the things that she wants is probably not what the board wants, and not what most shareholders want. Most shareholders are shareholders because they want to make money, right? She wants to, like, you know, she's all about increasing minimum wage. Yeah. She's all about giving better things to cast members, which we're all for too, you know. Right. But how many shareholders are going to jump on board with that? Yes. So that's going to be her biggest struggle. So, but the fact that she's out there doing it, she has the name. So even if she's not successful, it will make the news. So I guess it's worth it if she's going that direction.
Okay. And then finally, the elephant in the room with the overturning.
Literally the elephant in the room.
Oh, yeah. The giant elephant. Not Dumbo. He's smart. Roe v. Wade got overturned yesterday. And so immediately, Disney sends out an internal memo to cast members and employees regarding abortion access. So, you know, they said they would reimburse any employees who need to travel.
Like out of their state to another state.
Out of their state to another state to gain access. And certain things in the memo. I didn't want to read the whole memo. But it's posted online, the memo that went out. And then other companies also had similar messages. Netflix. I
think there's like 50 companies now.
Yeah, like something. Yesterday immediately it was Netflix, Facebook, Comcast, Amazon.
JP Morgan Chase, a few airlines. So... yeah, I mean, we could go down the whole thing about that, but we're not a political podcast, even though we do sometimes dip our toe. But at least I would say that regardless, and this is the opinion that I always take, regardless of the issue, is that, be decisive, come out and say something strongly and decisively, and then let the chips fall where they may, right? And so in this time, that's not what they did in Florida. It's what they're doing here. So I think if that's the way your company believes, then that's what they should do. Now, I think when you have 30 to 50 companies coming out with you, it's a lot easier to do. It doesn't take as much courage. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But at least, that's the way. But I guess overall, it's a good message that they're sending, that.
Well, they haven't come out with a statement yet, like a public statement.
No.
This is all an internal memo of like 2 employees.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think they're going to hold off on that for a while after the.
I think it's going to be something.
The other one.
A lot of people think these companies don't talk to each other, but it's like when Donald Trump got kicked off of Twitter and then Facebook, and then there was another few all on the same day. Mm-hmm. It's like they talk to each other. Come on, that can't be a coincidence. You know what I mean?
I'm sure they have some executive summit or something, some corporate summits every once in a while or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's, and regardless of how you feel on the issue, I'll say this, and this is my opinion on politics, period, regardless of your politics. If you believe in something's worth fighting for, you need to fight for it. And if you're just sitting back and you're playing, both sides are bad, and so I'm just not going to get into it. Mm-hmm. Well, the people who are willing to get into it will win. Mm-hmm. And so if you care about something, you can't just chill. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think that's what happens in a lot of areas, not just this one, but in a lot of areas. And the people who are willing to fight, if the other side ain't willing to fight, that's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A lot of people are sitting back, I don't know, man, both sides are equal. Okay. Well, then if one side wins, that means you don't have a problem with it. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a problem with it, that's fine, but keep that same energy.
Yeah.
So when one, and I don't, because the pendulum could easily swing the other way, because when there's going to be, I think there's going to be equal and opposite backlash in the other direction. So if you're somebody who's more conservative and you're just like, things look pretty good right now, and and I'm not going to fight for my beliefs, well,
it could swing back.
It could swing back the other way,
I think there'll be more lawsuits coming out.
Well, there's always going to be lawsuits. There's been lawsuits forever. Lawsuits really don't mean anything if it depends on the courts. And the problem is if you don't participate in all elections, the courts are going to be stacked by whoever's in power. Yeah. And so if you don't care, you're like, well, I don't care, Well, all right. Then don't get mad now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the people who did care about it, they've been fighting for 30 years to get Roe v. Wade overturned.
Yeah.
And when they kept the same energy the whole time.
Right.
And I'm not saying that that's right, but I'm saying if you believe that the opposite, you have to have that same conviction.
Yeah.
Or else the other side will. And that's with anything in life.
Yes.
That's not just politics. That's sports. That's, getting into the school of your choice. That's, anything in life is a competition. And if you're not willing to compete, I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but I'm just saying that's the cards we've been dealt. Mm-hmm. And if you're not willing to compete at the level of the people that you oppose, you will lose. Mm-hmm. And the things that you believe you should have will be taken from you. And I'm saying that because there's a lot of people who like just a few weeks ago were just, chilling and now they're mad. And it's like, but they haven't done anything for 20 years. Yeah. And like friends of mine, these are people I know. They're just kind of like, they're like this middle class people. They were just living their lives, chilling because life is good. And then all of a sudden something happens that they think is a catastrophe. It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
It's not like just out of the blue
It's
this
years
happened.
of, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's just the non-political part of it, I think, is going to be interesting because when I was in college and law school, I studied this case. And it's in all the books. So now that it's overturned, it's be interesting how that works. Like, do they not mention the case anymore and mention this case? Or do they just tell you the history and then they're like, oh,
I think it's bigger than that. I think the problem, the real problem is that people are, the law isn't going to be looked at as esteemed as it used to be, period. They're not going to, being a lawyer, like it used to be back in the day that if you were part of the legal system and the Supreme Court were looked at above even the presidency as far as esteem.
Yeah.
And I think now they're going to be looked at as, regardless of what side you're on, you're going to look at them as kind of just an extended branch of politics.
Right.
They're not impartial.
Right.
You know. And by the way, if we had if it was the opposite, like let's say we had 6 like liberal justices, there's going to be decisions that would be made that people who are more conservative would be like, and I'd be having the same conversation.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, you didn't do nothing. So don't complain, if you didn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that other people have been fighting for a long time too. And if they get their people into those seats, that's the way it's going to swing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, will the books change in terms of not calling it, but saying it? It's more like, oh, now it kind of depends.
I don't think they're going to discuss it at all.
Like, not discuss it, but when you're studying case law, that's the case law. Roe v. Wade is the case law that addresses right to privacy.
I'm saying
now that
no.
That's thrown out. How do people? It'd be an interesting time to go to law school, I guess. Like, how are you going to address this again? And if you're taking the bar, that constitutional law will not be on there because they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where people are going to go to law school for the wrong reasons. I think they're going to say, hey, the people who are going to go to law school are kind of going to be like the people we always made fun of. It's like, I'm going to go there because I can make money, and whatever they discuss, I'm going to discuss it with them, but I don't really care what they're saying. I don't care what my professor's saying.
Well, constitutional law in law school, you never have to apply it in life at all, is what our professors tell us. But this is the one time in life it does. It does get used, I guess, but you never ever have to use con law unless you're taking the bar. Yeah. It is the one time, But anyways, I was just curious, like, hey, so what happens about all the things I learned about this? Like, what happens now? The kind of thing.
No one's gonna care. All right. We had Taste Talk?
Yes.
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
Well, we had barbecue like we said we would. And we ate it early, like 11:30ish, like early lunchtime. And it was good. Mm-hmm. It was delicious. I'll go over each one. So the first one we had was the North Carolina style barbecue pulled pork sandwich with creamy coleslaw and crispy jalapenos in it. And I thought it was too vinegary, like it was too tangy. Had that vinegary taste, not the barbecue taste.
Yeah.
The barbecue was like a little sour or something.
Yeah, I've tasted that before. It's a style.
Oh, in North Carolina, right? Because we're used to Kansas City or whatever.
Yeah, and I think it's more... what they did was kind of weird because they mixed different types of barbecue. Because the ribs are a totally different style than the... Yeah,
this is North Carolina. The ribs were Kansas City.
Yeah, and it's different.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah.
So the pulled pork, I thought it was meh. The Kansas City style barbecue spare ribs, pork ribs, were really good. That was with house-made barbecue sauce. But yeah, that was Kansas City style.
Yeah.
Did you like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the sides we got were the poblano mac and cheese and the potato salad, and both the sides were good too.
Yeah, I thought they were good. They were
especially
both
the mac and cheese.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. I don't know how many people know about it.
Yeah, Yeah, there was a big line. Like I thought
that was going to be crowded and they might sell out. I was like, no.
It's like, okay. And then for dessert or to wash it down, we had the peach cobbler cocktail. So that's firefly moonshine, peach schnapps, and peach cinnamon puree. And it did taste like an apple cobbler.
It did. Well, yeah. Was it apple or peach?
I mean, peach cobbler. Yeah.
But it wasn't that strong though.
No.
So, I mean, you said you saw him put the alcohol. It's kind of like that rum chata that we had or whatever. Yeah, it was like, it didn't taste like an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was refreshing.
It was hidden in there. I don't know.
Yeah. They have so many, sometimes they put so many things in is that it hides the
alcohol.
Yeah. It hides the alcohol. So,
which I guess is good.
Which could be good,
Yeah.
But it's not something that's going to get you buzzed or anything.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
a good dessert to have, kind
of like a dessert drink, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought overall the barbecue was good. We didn't overstuff ourselves, so we weren't like feeling tired or anything like that. So that was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I overall recommend it. You could probably skip on the pulled pork if you want.
Yeah, get the
chicken.
But
we didn't try the chicken though, did we?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't try the chicken. So, but chicken's usually pretty good because it's it's hard to mess it up.
Yeah.
So, but the ribs are definitely good and the sides are definitely good.
Yeah.
So, give them a try.
Yep.
All right.
So opening weekend for Lightyear fell below the projected box office numbers. It was only at 51 million opening weekend, but it was projected to be 70 million. Mm-hmm. However, it still holds the title for best domestic opening for an animated film since the pandemic.
Yeah. And I don't know why that is. The only thing I can say is that I remember when the trailer came out and I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to go see this.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get around to seeing it.
Well, because we have something to do every
I know,
weekend.
but I mean, I guess that's my point. It's kind of like...
It's not like a Marvel one where it's like, oh, we have to get tickets.
Yeah, it wasn't a must-see.
Yeah,
so it's
true.
kind of like, I'll see it when I see it. Like, I'm going to see it. It might be on Disney Plus before I see it, but if you're married to somebody who has something planned every weekend, I'm not going to see Buzz Lightyear. I'm not going to see Lightyear.
We could see it on a Friday.
Yeah, you would add to it, and I'd be like, no, we got stuff this weekend.
We still haven't gotten to see Maverick. I want to see that.
Yeah, because we got something going on every weekend.
We didn't get to see Doctor Strange in the theaters again, and now it's already on Disney Plus. So it's like, okay, fine.
Because you got too much stuff going on, man. You're dragging us everywhere. I don't think I have like a weekend to stay home until July. And even that weekend is probably, I think we got Thor on Friday.
And then you can stay home on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, but that's a rarity. that's a rarity. I'm not complaining because it's better to have places to go than people who don't have places to go.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying there's going to be things that, like smaller things that most people, the people who did pay towards that 51 million were probably pretty excited to go see that we were going to skip or take for granted. That's what I'm saying. And that's why it's going to fall below, and you're going to see more things like that go straight to Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. Because it's not like the theaters.
Like people are more busy now because they had been locked down for a week, and they always have
socially busy.
There's a lot of weddings to go to, graduation parties. All that stuff. Yeah,
they're competing with everything that wasn't done during the lockdown.
Yeah.
And it's a hard time. So unless you're an MCU, Thor Love and Thunder, I think we'll talk about it. Do we have that on here?
No, but you can talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, the premiere has already happened, at least the media premiere. And everybody's saying it's really good. So I'm thinking that's, we already got our tickets, but for a movie like that's totally in our wheelhouse. We love the MCU. Yeah. We love Star Wars. Like, we make sure in advance to plan that.
Yeah, I have it on my calendar when tickets will be released, and that's when I go in and get it that day.
So part of me kind of feels like I kind of empathize more with when I was making fun of him, but like a Martin Scorsese. when he's saying like, oh, all these, superhero movies and blah, blah, blah. Because the thing is that, yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm going to plan to see.
Yeah.
I'm not going to plan to see your little art film. And not because I don't like other films. It's just because I can see it anywhere. And I can see it. I can see it when I don't have anything to do.
Well, for me, it's more like, all right.
It's not an event.
Yeah, no, but for me personally, it's more like, all right, 5 days out of the week, at least 40 hours out of the week, I have to be all professional. I have to think. I have to be creative with the way I write and all that stuff. I have too much thinking to do. When I watch a movie on the weekends, I just want to open my mouth and let a fly in. Don't make me think about anything. Blow up. Just mindless blowing up movies, that. I don't want to see no movie that's all artsy and The Irishman, stressful, like that. So that's why when I see a movie, I just want the stupid movie, but not Jackass stupid, more like Die Hard stupid.
on the levels of stupidity.
So that's why I do that for movies.
Yeah.
I don't try to do the artsy and the ones that stress me out and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And to me, it's more not about good movie, bad movie, stupid movie, not movie. It's just that to me, Marvel movies are events that I will plan around. Then there are movies that I will see when I get around to it. And those are the two categories of movies for me.
Yeah.
And so if it's an event, that means, yeah, we're going to schedule when we buy tickets. We're going to plan our weekend around it, and we're going to go see it. And then everything else is going to be I am not a movie fan. I am a movie goer. I think there's a big difference, right?
Yeah.
Because I think there's people who like movies the way some people like sports.
Yeah.
And they will go to see every movie, even movies that they don't like. They still like being at the theater, and they still like
movie nerds.
Yeah, they're movie nerds, and so they like that. And
cool.
I was never that, But I don't think most people are like that. And the ticket sales show it. The theaters wouldn't be dying if there were more movie fans. You know what I mean? The theaters are being propped up by maybe 4 or 5 movies a year. And 3 of those movies are going to be MCU. Every off year is going to be a Star Wars movie of some sort, There hasn't been one in a little bit, and then you're going to have your occasional Maverick, Top Gun type, you're going to have one of those a year, 1 or 2 of those a year. The rest are going to be MCU, and that's really your schedule. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but that's where they're making their money.
Yeah.
And, anything outside of that, it's kind of like, the fact that Buzz Lightyear made $51 million.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Consider that a win. And that's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
So if you're like Sony, it's kind of like.
What was that other animated? Was it the Sonic one that did really bad?
Yeah. I mean, it's and it's not because they're bad movies. It's just because you got to get me to go. You got to get me to go. You got to get me to pay. It's like, if I'm going to get in my car with gas prices and then pay for the tickets and you have to. This is one thing that and I'll just go off on a little bit of a tangent. It's kind of like Andrew Schultz, who's a comedian that we follow. The way he negotiates his specials, he says specials don't really do anything anymore. YouTube is actually a better way to have a special than Netflix or HBO or something right now, because if you have to negotiate how many people are not going to see it. So it's not. So it used to be like, if you had a special, there was only a few comedians in the world who got specials. Maybe 10, right? And those were the top dogs and whatever. But then they start giving money, more money out. Netflix came around. There's more competition. Now it's like, well, yeah, you might give me $1 million for this special, but if I put it on YouTube, I might not get any money up front, but my ticket sales, I'm going to get 5 million views on YouTube. If it's on Netflix, I might get 200,000 views. And you gave me $1 million and you have exclusivity to that special. And If I put it on YouTube, I'm foregoing that $1 million you're going to give me, but I'm getting a bigger audience, and my main bread and butter is ticket sales at the theaters that I sell out.
Yeah.
So you have to pay me for how many people are not going to watch your special. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think that's where the movie industry is when judging of what to put in theaters and what to put on streaming. Because, yes, you can make a certain amount of money by putting it into theaters. You can make your $51 million on Lightyear, and if opening weekend, and then, of course, you'll make more, but it's going to go down every week, right? Or you could probably cut some of the budget, cut the CGI a little bit, make it not quite as quality, save, like $10 million on some of the quality, maybe get some lesser known actors, but put it on Disney Plus and get more Disney Plus subscriptions because you have more word of mouth, and that's going to be the future. That's the dilemma that the studios are in right now. So we'll see what happens.
Real quick, speaking of, our cousin in Paris, she's at Disneyland Paris right now.
What?
And look, she's watching fireworks, and she said that they really saved all of their fireworks for Star Wars, as they should. I don't have the sound on.
Yeah,
so
she's a big Clone Wars fan. So
yeah, so she's at Disneyland Paris.
That's cool.
2 hours ago. So, anyways. So, let's see what else is going on here. Oh, how rude. Okay, I don't know if it's a teenager, but I'm just going to assume. But somebody sprayed, they brought in a can of Cheese Whiz, and they sprayed cheese while on Thunder Mountain. So they sprayed Thunder Mountain with cheese. So rude.
Yeah.
So
I was listening to the fireworks in Paris.
Oh.
Pretty cool. Nice. They got some Millennium Falcon on the castle.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Cool.
Very cool. Thank you, Bethany.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Cheese Whiz was sprayed on Thunder Mountain. So rude. Because that's like, okay, now they have to stop the ride and close the ride, and then they're probably going to close it for a few days to clean it up. Ugh. See, this is why I spray them with water.
Thunder Mountain does spray them with a little water at the end, but not enough apparently.
And let's see, Lake Nona is emerging as a prime corporate destination for relocations, satellite offices, and startups and expansions. So, will Disney delaying its relocation to the region dampen that monument?
That's what people are discussing.
Or momentum. Sorry, I read it wrong.
Because a lot of people were going to go there because of those 2,000 employees all being there.
Yeah.
And, and a lot of those were like 6-figure jobs. You know what I mean? And so, or at least middle-class jobs. And that really sparks an economy. So, like, if you have 2,000 people moving there, and I'm like a Jamba Juice, I'm like, well, I want to be there. And then now you're competing for real estate closest to the offices and closest to this, or, or where are they going to be live? Okay, we're going to have like an Olive Garden here, but then it's like, if that's now on hold, which we talked about last week, they said that they're going to maybe wait till the end, closer to 2026, where the park is completed, the business park, that is. Is that going to like kind of slow the momentum of growth there? And that's what's being speculated. So, it could just Disney be flexing back, that's, I'm not saying that that's a good or a bad thing, but you got to kind of, if somebody's kind of flexed on you, you have two choices. You can either just say, okay, it is what it is, or you can respond. And so maybe this is the way they're responding. They're not saying that it's for those reasons, political reasons, but come on.
And I told you, I said, well, I'm not afraid because I know in the end corporations run the world and they know what to do.
What to do.
They can be on top. You're not going to hurt
they
them.
hose down teenagers.
Who's down DeSantis? Just kidding. Okay, so there's a rumor. There's only a rumor that the Cal Kestis Star Wars series, starring Cameron Monaghan, is being developed for Disney Plus. Somebody had a source that said that was happening, so that's why it's just a rumor.
Yeah, it's just a rumor, but I can see them doing it because Disney is very good at metrics. And so what they're saying is it's kind of like what Paramount did with the Halo show, that the series that just came on this year. And I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. But Halo is a video game for Xbox, and I think they have like 5 or 6 iterations of it. Halo 1, 2, 3, and then a couple of others. Very popular. So what they're saying is that, well, if these people who play this game are really that into it, they're probably going to watch the show. And then you're going to have Star Wars fans that don't play the game. They're going to watch the show. So if we can just get, and they look at it, it's like, well, how many would do that? Well, if we can get 30% of the people who have the game to watch the show and 30% of Star Wars fans to watch the show, I was probably higher than that, and it equals 10 million views, 10 million people watching. Well, that's good. That's gonna be a hit. And so that's how they make a decision on how to greenlight something. The way they used to greenlight stuff in old Hollywood was, that's why actors got paid so much money. It's like when you put Tom Cruise in this, what they used to say, he puts butts in seats, right? that would be the old saying. And now it's kind of like, well, who puts butts on couches? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not really it's not driven by star power anymore. It's driven by IP.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but like you said, corporations run the world. Therefore, they're going to be very IP dependent.
And then Disneyland announces Capture Your Moment, which is a 20-minute Photopass session for $99. Photos not included. So if you want to have a photo session.
A photo session with photos not included?
Nope. Just the pictures, and then you got to buy the photo. Like when you go to a studio.
You mean a hard copy?
Even a download. It's the $99 just includes the 20-minute photo session. Photo shoot. Without
the pictures. So I could pay $99 and not have any pictures if I don't buy the pictures.
Right. Well, that's how it used to be when when my family took family photos. We went to a studio, right? They took the photos, so that's a fee. Once they're printed, back then, once they print it, you pick which one you want to buy. And that's when, depending on which photos you buy, you pay. How many photos you buy.
No, I mean, I get it. I get that there's like a labor cost and a studio cost. I mean, to do that, the packaging is weird.
Yeah, that's the package.
I know, but the package should include, even if you had to charge $150, include the photos.
It could be like for $20 more, you get the digital. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would make it one package. I wouldn't.
So, if you wanted it,
it makes it sound more expensive than it. It's already expensive, but I'm just saying it makes them sound cheap.
I know.
It doesn't make it.
But photo not included. Not like it's the little asterisk on the footnote on the bottom. Photo not included.
Yeah, and then now people are going to be, because people who pay $99 is like a psychological trigger. So people say, "Oh, I'm getting this for $99," and then they're not going to find out until they either get there.
I think the digital download is probably just $20. I mean, they have to have it at least.
If it was $1, they're going to get a lot of angry people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying from a PR marketing standpoint, that's horrible. That is horrible.
Well, it's horrible.
You give people the whole package and the price up front.
Yeah.
You don't.
It's called a 20-minute Photopass session.
I know. That's stupid. That's why I'm telling you. It's idiotic.
I'm just telling
I'm not yelling at you. I'm telling you Disney. That's stupid. Why would I yell at you? why do you think I'm yelling at you?
Tracy, go change it. I need to hose you down. Calm down.
No, I'm saying that's a dumb marketing move. They're going to get so much pushback, and then we're going to have to cover that.
Yeah, but it's graduation season, and there's going to be these teenagers. Again, I'm sorry I have to pick on teenagers, but y'all are going to want the special thing in your cap and gown and the props and everything.
Which is fine,
So I think that's what they're getting at, is to have like senior photos at Disneyland. And if you want it for 40 minutes, it's $199 or whatever 99 times 2 is.
No,
So,
I get what they're doing. They're trying to get into the graduation picture, wedding picture type thing. But they're not that business, and people don't think of them like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Because people bring their own photographer to Disneyland.
Right.
But then you have all that background crowds and stuff. So this one you'll have an area. Maybe you show up before park opening and you do the session. So
like what they should do is like, this is a package, and this is what comes with this package, including pictures. Like you get so many.
Them out and put the pictures in there.
If you need to hire the amount, that's fine.
Includes digital downloads, but subject to more if you want printed down, whatever.
Or something like that. Yeah. But the fact that and then you even hid the fact that it's like no pictures included.
Like Gothic Rosie say, hey, red here. Like she put it in red. Photos not included.
Yeah, because those people weren't going to see that.
Yeah,
they're just going to see $99 photo session. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and thanks to her, she's like, hey, don't forget, it's not a good
And the thing is, it's going to be somebody like let's say like somebody like your mom. Your mom wouldn't do this, but I'm just saying, $99 photo session. Let's get it. Let's get it. And then we find out when we get there that it's like, and then it's like, wait a minute, this doesn't even come with pictures. Why? You know what I mean? That's horrible marketing, horrible communication.
Yeah, because when we did the Star Wars Celebration photo op, they told us up front, $85 comes with one print. But if you want a digital download, it's this, right? Mm-hmm. But if you get it now, it's this. But if you get it at the place, it's $3 more or something, or $5 more. Yeah. So it's like, fine, we'll just get the one photo, and if it looks good, we'll get the download.
Yeah, and that's what we did. Yeah. But it's not like, hey, photo opportunity with Juan Carlos Esposito. And then no photos included. Yeah, that would be horrible. That would be so stupid. I don't know.
That's Disney and their communication.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it's a bad deal. Like, let's say they charge an extra $30 for the photos or whatever they're going to charge. I don't know. But if they just made it $130 and then they put it out there, they'd get a much more positive response. I don't know what it's. I don't know.
I think they're just trying to get you to call and make a reservation, and then after that, you're like, "Whoa, I already paid for it." But they already paid for it.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, they're people that
they learn enough from the lawsuit. We already said subject to availability. We already said photos not included,
and they're gonna end up in another lawsuit. So stupid.
The last one's not really important, but Guy Ritchie is producing the live-action Hercules. I guess it is important. I like the cartoon. That's why the animation.
So Hercules isn't necessarily a Disney property except for their rendition.
Yeah, that Hercules. The live
but I'm just wondering, why does that... I mean, there's so many Hercules movies under all kinds of different
they mean
umbrellas.
The Disney Hercules.
No, I know what they mean. I'm just like, why is that needed? Like, why would that... How is that better than the Hercules movie The Rock did a few years ago? You know what I mean?
There was a Hercules movie?
Exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, is it... Because usually their live-action movies aren't musicals.
The Disney one is, remember?
The cartoon. But I mean, when they convert it to live-action, there's... I guess some of them are. I don't know. That sounds...
Like Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're just
I think maybe I'm thinking of why would Guy Ritchie? I mean, unless they're paying him just a bucket load of money,
who knows?
Like, why would he want to do that? Because he's not known for like.
Yeah, he's known for the artsy movies, right?
Not even artsy, like British crime dramas, and it's like. I guess he wants to do Hercules. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying he shouldn't do it. I'm just saying.
Who knows? This is what they said to produce. I mean, this is not a rumor, though. It's confirmed that he's going to produce. Who knows? They may just put a scrap to that project and scrap it and give us the Avengers ride. What is it called?
Quinjet
ride.
Yeah, that's what they need to work on.
Due to budgeting reasons, we're going to put a stop to this. I'm like, well, why don't you not do
Guy Ritchie $15 million to make this movie no one asked for.
I know it's all separate business segments that have separate budgets, but still.
I don't even think the Hercules movie, like even the animated Hercules movie, out of all, when you're comparing it on a chart of Disney animation, like I don't even think that falls in the top 20.
It was one of the ones where we said was underrated. Like nobody talks about it, but when we watch it, like, hey, this is pretty fun.
It's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But I mean, but still, comparing it to like the Disney classics and all the Pixar stuff, like considering how many movies they have out, like
Princess and the Frog and stuff like that is more
better.
Popular.
And
like Tangled.
And the thing is that Hercules isn't. It's not like they could say, okay, nobody can use the word Hercules. Like, so I can make Hercules shirts that aren't Disney and have a saying on it from the movie that they're going to come out with and make money. And then there's nothing Disney can do because Hercules is in the public domain.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't know. It's like, it's a weird choice to put like a big production behind and a big time director behind. Like, if I could put Guy Ritchie in a lot of things, I'd probably have him do, like...
Maybe they should have done just a Hades movie. Just like how they do Maleficent. Just do Hades. And, like, Cruella. Because Hades is the popular guy in Hercules, right? At least popular in terms of Disney merch.
But, I mean, he'd be so much... I mean, now, this is what could happen. And I don't know, because sometimes they do weird deals. Like, I would think, like, if I was going to use Guy Ritchie, I would use him to do like a Blade movie or something like, you know, like even Union Jack or like there used to be like this MI6 like Excalibur type, you know, Captain Britain movies. There's crime stuff in Marvel that's British. Mm-hmm. Like, have him take over that part of the MCU, the British part, because there's a big part of the MCU that's like Britain, and there's crime stuff, and some of it like relates to the X-Men. That's kind of overlapping. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff he could do. So maybe what happened is like it's kind of like what NFL teams do. It's like, okay, we're not going to we can't, because of the salary cap, we can't give you this, but we'll give you this, and then, you know, our partners at Coke will give you a sponsorship, and then they take the deal, right?
Yeah,
it's like, we can't give you this much because all our other directors are going to complain. So what we'll do is we'll give you two projects. One that's going to make us a lot of money. One that may make us some money. But if you just do this Hercules one too, then it equals out to be the number you want, you know, and or something like that. I just don't know why they would just pick him out of the hat to do a Hercules movie. He could do so much more.
Yeah,
it's not that
this, but no, it was just a one-liner kind of thing. Where
even if it was an American movie, like just a Winter Soldier 2 type movie, or just for Disney Plus, like just on the Winter Soldier, like he's more that area. You know what I mean? Hercules, like, I guess.
Who knows? Maybe they're going to make this a Hercules. Something else.
I guess. I don't know who was asking for that, but
who knows?
Dude, this is a long episode because we've ranted a lot.
Yeah.
So, last chance for the giveaway. But we will see you guys next week. I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.
I wasn't yelling at you.